नैन्सी रेडी हो जाओ, बस आने वाले हैं हम।
To one and all present here. Good evening, good evening. So, we are back with another mind blowing session on the topic leading the change through media. And I'm damn sure that you must have been fascinated and mesmerized by the topic itself. As it is a topic like media is a like thing that which is full of glamour and the glamorous world. And media is the only thing that have kept all of us connected in some or the other way. And some or the other time, we also wanted to become a social media influencer, or media is a thing that always kept us interesting and fascinated. And so I believe that this session is going to be one of the amazing session. And if you do believe that this is going to be one of the amazing session, do drop a thumbs up in the chat section so that I can feel the glorious presence of you all. So come on, people, let's show some excitement in the chat section. Okay, come on, people, let's show some excitement. Okay, I can see a lot of thumbs up in the chat section flooding now. That's amazing, people. Okay, you all are so excited. So, this is Nancy, your host for today's evening, and I will be from Spade organization, and I wholeheartedly welcome you all to this beautiful evening. So, before proceeding the session further, I would like to tell you a few things about Spade. Like Spade is an event management organization as well as a company which generally focuses on like digging out your hidden talents, and people are working in various domains in Spade, ranging from research, planning, event management, web development, graphic designing, video editing, public speaking, and the numerous of things are there in Spade in which people are learning and getting knowledge of many things. And that's really amazing because the number of opportunities every Spadian is getting is really, really amazing and fantastic. So, according to me, if someone wants to just showcase their talent, and so Spade is one of the best platform to showcase your skills and talent. And even Spade is focusing on various worldwide topic of concerns like women empowerment or providing free education, interpersonal skills, leadership skills, and all these things are there that Spade is focusing on. And so we are having big projects like Atmanirbhar Mahila, in which we will be providing free education to people, and there are various courses that we will be providing. Like for someone who wants to like do any type of startup, we will have a mentorship program for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, and this will be like going to really amazing because we will be having we want women to become the boss of their own life. We always have seen that women are lagging some or the other way due to various other circumstances, but our mission is to make them empowered. And we are also having a grad project in which people are learning a lot of things about sales and management, and the skills and the experience that they are getting from this as a Spadian is really, really very amazing, as I believe that an academic guy will take a lot of time to gather all these experiences and expertise that we are gaining as a Spadian by working in all these projects. So now I would like to thank Mr. Abhishek Kumar Jha sir, founder and CEO of Spade, Pooja ma'am, co-founder and HR head of Spade, Rishabh sir, project lead of Sarthi Kuchagra sir, the CEO of Spade LPU, Himanshu sir, the CTO of Spade, and now, people, it's high time to introduce you with our speaker, ma'am, who is none other than Kanu Priya, ma'am, who is an actor, director, international host, media entrepreneur, dispute settler, and a lot of things. I must say that she is an like multi-talented woman. The way she has been working is really, really amazing. And I must say the way she has been guiding people and letting their life a very peaceful and a well-mannered way is really amazing. After almost working 30 years in media, she then moved to acting field and has done more than 80 serials and 50 telefilms. Guys, can you believe that this is really a very big number? And the way she has been working in all these industries is really fantastic. And I must tell you about more works of ma'am. In 2005, after working as RJ and anchor person, radio jockey, voiceover artist, she founded Gulguncha Arts, which primarily worked on creating issue-based documentary shows and film. When she recognized the power of her voice, she also started working as an RJ and was a part of Akashvani for over a decade. With a deep desire to give back the experiences and expertise that she was having in her life, she also founded Actor Unveiled, a theater group and acting academy, which is open to all age groups with all professions. And the way she has been working both Indian and internationally is really amazing. She has hosted many international channels and as well as in news channels, and the way she has been talking in all the soul talks that definitely connects with you, with your soul is really, really amazing. That's very amazing to have such a personality with us. And today we are going to have such a wonderful ma'am in front of us to share her experiences and to guide us. So come on, people, after listening all these things, how's it Josh for the today's session? I want to know how's it Josh. Come on, people, let's show some excitement in the chat section. How's it Josh, people? Come on. Okay, that's wonderful. Hi. Okay, that's amazing. That's lovely, people, amazing. So now with this, I want to ma'am, I like to welcome you, and the stage is all yours. Do share the things. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you, Nancy, and a very warm welcome to everyone who's connected to us today in this Spade Ki Pathshala. And I really would like to thank Rishabh who connected me to this event. And of course, I would like to congratulate Mr. Abhishek Kumar Jha, who is the president of this organization. So today I was asked to give a subject, and I realized that when we are talking about leadership, it's a very, very a dicey subject because first of all, we really need to understand what is meant by a leader and what is meant by leadership or leading. I hope you're able to listen to me. Are you getting my voice clearly, Nancy? My voice is okay.
Yes, ma'am. That's completely fine.
Okay, so another thing which I would like to start with is, I am not a great orator. I'm a conversationalist. So now, with quarantine, what has happened is that we have to connect through these medias. Otherwise, I love to connect one to one with people. So I would request each one of you, but I work on energy. So please remain connected with me. Continue to send your questions or continue to have a conversation with me so that I'm able to continue speaking to you. The way I said, I'm a conversationalist. I need your energy to keep on talking about the subject I would be talking because
Yes, ma'am.
your energy, your questions, your things will continue to make me actually speak more. And when we are talking about my experience, I'll talk about it. But the first question starts is, who is a leader? It's a very, very thin line, but very distinct line from being a leader and leading something. You are put in a position you are put in a position maybe in an organization, in a college, or in the world, and you have to lead. Whether you have the basic personality traits of a leader or not, when you're asked to lead, then you actually start developing and start learning how to lead. But there are people who are born with the leadership qualities. So, one, amazing difference is when you are asked to lead, when you're put in a leading situation, you do it for some time. You do it for a task, pick up a goal, make it happen. But then there are people who choose to lead, and leadership actually requires becoming a leader requires lot of sense of responsibility, great communication, and a willpower to connect to the masses and do something different. It has to be a very, very selfless thing. Otherwise, you're only leading. So and each one of us need not be a leader. This is something which I learned hard way in my life. I'll share with you. I've not been. I've done. I'm coming from a family of educators and especially mathematicians and scientists. So because coming from a middle class, my mother was a writer. I just thought that, picking up science is the natural flow. And I was doing good in mathematics. And so I just moved into electronics and MSc mathematics. But in the whole process, I realized I wanted to explore media because media had the power it gives us the power to be able to speak out our things without being, rattled. And camera became my best friend in, I think, 91, because I didn't have to, I told you, I'm not a great orator. I had my misgivings that, oh my God, what will people say? What do I have something to say? What would I say? But I had this urge to use this power. And when I explored media, that is why I dabbled in all the parts of media, be it writing, be it anchoring, be it moderating, be it acting, be it theater, all the way, the different kind of, modalities which were given to us. So way back in 92, 93, when I finished my MSc, I had the option of joining Citibank or doing media. And that was a tough question, but I chose because even if there were not many opportunities, and I chose to be a freelancer rather than, getting stuck into one modality, which I could have felt stifled. So what I'm sharing with you is that how and when gradually I explored the power of media and leading through media. I never wanted to be a leader, to be very open about it. But I was always put into a position where I had to lead. So I told you, if there has to be an inherent inherent quality to become a leader. The personality should have those kind of attributes to you, which will take you to that place where you would like to become a leader. Otherwise, if you think about it, when I was young, when somebody would say who is a leader, I would only think about, okay, Bhagat Singh, political leaders. Now if we look at it, we made actors as leaders. How can they be leaders? See, leader has to have a quality. They were doing their struggles. They were looking for work. This was their work. They became successful. They became famous. And each one of them have a story. Each success story, it's a story. And they went through their own traumas, they went through their own uh, highs and lows, they achieved success. But then success again does not mean that you become a leader. You cannot get inspired by an actor, or you can get inspired by the story. But that person has to have the virtues of being a leader. So please choose your leaders. And in 2015, when I started the Karambhumi movement, I made the mistake. The Karambhumi was it's a serial which I created, but it was with what Spade is doing is what we were planning at that time. Doing in every university and college, connecting students and choosing out of them who would like to be a leader. And leader does not always mean a political leader. It's a very big question mark. Leader has to have something to say, a story to say, and a quality where that person would like to lead, not create followers always, but to inspire others to have their own story of leadership, of success. I'll become a leader once I'm able to inspire my community, my people who have been around me to create their own story. They should not get stuck with my story. They should not get awestruck with my life. That is not, I am creating a leader. Yes. And also he or she should have the magnetism, the charisma to be able to motivate, take people along, and not just a great orator, a very, very empathetic, who is a king, you know there are a lot of things which the questions were there. So it's a big distinction between being a leader and leading. Now I'll come over. I hope you've understood, but do send me your questions once I'll wind up this talk, because I would like to talk more about this aspect, and I would like to know what you people think, because we are on a very thin line at this moment. If you look at, quarantine has changed everything all over the world. Things have changed completely. We have to now choose our leaders very consciously. We have to choose our path very, very precisely, because now the opportunities are open. We are no more bound by what was happening, and this has to be done on this way. There was a path which was set for us till 2019. 2020 changed everything. There is a new normal. There is Everything has changed. So now you can go for the change you wanted. Nobody is going to say anything to you today. If you are doing an engineering, but you decide that no, I would like to explore my creative thing, I would like to become an actor, or you are doing like research into something, but you decide no, I would like to do go for civil services, no, I would like to change, and nobody would say anything because everything has changed. Parents have to change their way. Teachers have to change their way. All the elders who were stuck in their ways of doing had to change, and they are actually coming to you to learn how to do this, what we are doing technically. Because elders were not that much aware, that confident doing the internet and web. So actually, most of them are coming back to you to ask you how to go about it. So technologically, we were actually handicapped, but I would say kudos to my generation. I'll come to your generation because I've been charged that I actually, uplift this generation a lot. But I'll say kudos to my generation also, because we have adapted so fast. And I have also learned to, speak through this. But otherwise, I had never thought I'd be doing these kind of Google Meets or speaking like this. So yes, adaptability, technical agility, the ability to change fast is what is required. And our generation also learned it. You were already adaptable. So we are now at par. So I am talking to you, straight, and telling you this is an opportunity to take your life by your hand. Decide. All the other things, older things, the rigidity has just vanished. You don't have to just stick to what was happening and what was right. You have the power now to decide what is right for you. Choose for yourself. Find yourself where you stand. And on top of it, the biggest thing which you need to do, which you need to understand, is the power of media. I'll tell you, when I started media, and I started with Doordarshan as a moderator and anchor, the announcer, and that then I did a lot of serials because I wanted to explore. I loved acting because it gave me a power to do many characters which in my normal life I won't do. So I explored, and I loved it. I loved theater. Theater gave me a freedom, and it took me away from my body consciousness. It just cleared a lot of paths for me. It gave me a voice. Then I became a radio jockey. I connected through. Nobody could see, so I could speak anything. I could say anything, and I could play any music. Nobody was there to tell me, "Oh my God, you're not looking good. This is not right." My voice, my listeners, and music. And my thoughts. It was amazing, amazing journey. Each journey of media. And then I became a writer. Again, so many stories around me, and I could play with my characters. And now social media. So each one of you, even if you're not connected to, consciously to creative media, like you're not part of any theater, you're not part of any serial, any web, any, film, or not even in the news, the information which goes, but you are on social media. Use this power consciously. Use this power to bring the change. Lead through it because you know each post. Don't go for it that how many people are liking your post. Don't go for it that how many followers you've got. Go for it what you feel like speaking. But before you speak, you need to understand, is it in collective good? Because I found my calling in spirituality. I got into spirituality when in 2006-7 through my Awakening with Brahma Kumari's program. And at that time, I was around 36, 37. And everybody told me that, oh, you're too young. You get into spirituality in 50s. I said, no, I wish I had gotten spirituality when I was 18. Because Osho says, if at 48 you feel like 18, but you have the experience of being 48, so that is something which made me understand spirituality. And in India, where we are, it's a land of spiritual awakening. Even if you don't follow any sect, even if you don't do any pujas or anything, you have an inbuilt DNA of being spiritual, connecting to the soul, connecting to the universe. We have the sixth sense always, most of the Indians. Only thing is, we have been so rigid in our line of thinking. We have been put under these, molds where we were confined. And not only you, I would say your generation has brought in the change and hammered away all the, molds. But till my generation, they were very rigid molds. And your parents have tried not to put you in molds. Your teachers would have tried not to put you into molds, but they were there, silent and what I'll say, pressures, peer pressures. The molds were definitely there. You've been exploring, but right now, take control. Right now, take responsibility. Lead your life by example. This is an opportunity for you to do, and ask for help. Help is available. If you are stuck somewhere, if you, feel that, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I need mentorship. I need some solution. I need some answer. Ask for it. It is available. To you, whole universe is there to give. Ask for it. Open up and connect. Keep your life purpose so open that your life purpose includes some of the collective good. I'll tell you, when 2014-13, when I started this connection with youngsters, I did my talk show, It's My Life. It is on YouTube. Please do go and watch. You would love it. It's a chat show with four youngsters in every episode. And we picked up issues which nobody had talked about. And when I was talking to them, see, you were so, these four people who were there in my first chat, they were like so engrossed in this that how it will happen, what will happen. So they said, "Oh, ma'am, let me go and do some research. We'll do the research." I said, "Research of what?" About, what we would be talking. I said, "Okay, what we would be talking is about you. So why do you have to do Google search about yourself?" So they were like, yeah, how is it that possible? So then, when the chat show started and a lot of things started coming up, I made them understand, and not only me, in the chat only. And that's why I say I'm a good conversationalist. I try to bring out your inner hidden things in front of you so you are aware of what is it that you lack and what is the strength you have. Your own, what we call, this strength, weakness, and swap, whatever we call that. It's a technical word. I'm forgetting at this moment. But then you start leading your life by your own choice. Become the leader of your own life. At this moment, nobody is going to stop you. And in fact, everybody would like to help you if present. If you think that you are not liking this college, if you think you're not liking this confined way of working or studying, see, look at it. Universe only gave you a way to work from home. So many of the kids I know, so many of the students I know, they were not happy with the regular classes. They used to feel confined. They used to feel that they used to feel they're bullied. They used to feel that this is not what the education system should be. Education system has changed completely, had to change. Who brought this change? Maybe Corona, openly it is Corona, but if you look at it subconsciously, it's your energy, collective energy. Collective energy of humans has brought this change. It was not happening. The change in the education system, the change in the society was not happening consciously. Subconsciously, we were all going for it, wanting it. I'm not saying the change which has happened is all good, because when the change happens, when the big change happens, there are something good. There are times when something is good and something is bad. Now, it's your wisdom, it's your strength, it's your vision. And that is where your leadership skill will come. That is where your complete understanding of how you want your world to be. Your world starts with you, around you, people who are there. How does it matter to you that what is happening in somebody else's house? That's not your world. Your world starts when you open your eyes. Whatever is around, whatever is around, थोड़ा सा और आगे जाके, whatever is happening in your family, in your friends, amongst your people, amongst your college, maybe teachers, or the career you have chosen, that's your world. You go to a film or to a party, that's your world. And then you come back, sleep, and your world ends. Next day morning, your world again opens. Now, in that world, you have the opportunity, you have the power, you have to choose how you want your world to be. How do you manifest your dreams? How do you lead your life? Once you choose how do you want to lead your life, you will have a complete clarity of which way to go. Problem with this generation is too many ways, too many paths, too many opportunities, too much happening. I want to have this. I want to do this. Oh my God, I should have done this. She's doing that. I should have done this. My God, I could have done this. I should do this. Should I do this or not? And then the pressure, peer pressure, inner pressure, family pressure, and that pressure to succeed, pressure to be excellent, pressure to be perfect, and pressure to have everything. What do you call fear of missing out? FOMO? So that is like fear of missing out. If I'm not doing what others are doing, I'm going to miss out. No, there is enough time. Quarantine showed us there was enough time. We could live without parties. We could live without friends. We could live without, in fact, food which could only come. We could live without outside food. We could cook. We learned how to cook. We learned how to clean. We learned how to be with the family. We learned how to be with ourselves. We learned, and it has stayed with us. This learning is not going. The biggest lesson we learned. Now, how are we going to make use of it? How do we connect to it? How do we make the best of what we have learned is there in your hands. So lead. And another big thing which I wanted to tell you is that you have a voice, you have something to say. Use media, use social media. Everything is available, but be responsible. That's how you lead your life. The first attribute of being a leader is that you become responsible, not only for your world, but you don't know, through social media, it's reaching out to how many people? It's reaching out to the world. For the first time, I feel we got globally connected in last year, because we've been saying global world, it's a global family, we are under one roof. But no, this was the way last year when we actually broke all the barriers because there were so many barriers. We couldn't go out, so we found a way out. So, through media, leading through media is possible, but choose how you want to lead, what you want to lead. It's in your hand. And let me tell you, you are not stupid. In fact, this generation's IQ is much more higher. Only problem is EQ and SQ. Now, these are two new words. EQ is emotional quotient, SQ is spiritual quotient. EQ is zero. You don't have any control on your emotions. You get so carried away by the emotional upheaval which happens. And emotion does not mean pain, emotion does not mean crying, emotion does not mean adrenaline. Emotion means ambition also. Emotion means jealousy also. Emotion means competitiveness. Emotion means, so a lot of other things as well. Learn what is emotion and what is an emotional quotient. Increase your emotional quotient, increase your spiritual quotient. Spiritual quotient does not mean that you become religious or continue to do the religious things. No, connecting with the source and connecting with yourself. And through that connection, connecting to the world. And I've been receiving a lot of energy now from you all. I think Nancy is now ready for all the questions. Is there something else I need to say? I'll keep on saying once I start receiving your questions. Nancy, do we have some questions?
Yes, ma'am, definitely we are having a lot of questions.
Okay, yes, sure, we can have.
Okay, ma'am. So here goes with the first question. Like, ma'am, what's your views on the cringe content that we have been finding on Instagram and all? Like, is it a right way to like showcase your talent of that acting and all that reels that we used to see on daily basis? Like, is it a right platform?
You're talking about TikTok?
Yes, ma'am. Those kind of things that we are seeing on Instagram reels. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
the small bits, no, the small videos.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
again, I told you, freedom. It gave you the freedom. It gave the whole generation the freedom to express. But then it is also with freedom comes responsibility. With freedom comes and fame. Again, fame does not make you a leader. Money does not make you a leader. It has a story. Each one who becomes successful has a story. But content, even if it is a 30-second content, even if it is a 20-second content, even if it is 3-hour content, it is very important that we create responsible content. Will I receive anything once I watch myself doing those things? How do I feel? Yeah. So it it is the time now when either we do that or universe will put an end to our freedom, which happened last year. We were going berserk with our freedom. We were just going, we were coming at 4 in the morning. We were leading a very berserk life till 2019, all over the world. And we were just, misusing the all the natural things which were given to us, the artificial things which we had created. We were misusing. It was put into an end. Similarly, any freedom which goes berserk, some of the other authority puts an end to it. So use it responsibly. Think about before putting any video out. Think about it. How is it going to affect many people who will be watching? And even comedy, fun. Fun does not mean that you have to put somebody down. Fun does not mean creating cheap and indecent um, quality of material content out. So that becomes a very important thing. Otherwise, either authorities, land of law of land, or the universal law will put an end to it. We have seen it happening.
That's great, ma'am. Okay, so we can go with the next question. Okay. So, ma'am, what do you think about those content which we are having as the news we are all seeing like how they are modulating the things and they create like any kind of news that they are creating. like just molding and molding, and we are getting with a lot of news with spices and all. So what's your views on those kind of news, on news reporters?
Again, what I would say, see, again, that creates so much of adrenaline in the person, and so much of fear. I remember during quarantine only, because I don't have a television at my home. I don't have get newspaper at my home. Whatever information I need to get, I get it through social media, and I don't need it in the first thing in the morning. I get it by 11:30, 12. I got the news that Kareena Kapoor got another baby, so she has delivered. So these, see, now if you look at it, each channel would be talking about it, hammering it. So it is again the responsibility of the young correspondents who are coming in. Are you ready to give in? Are you ready to give in to what was the old way of life in 2019? Or you are choosing to move into a new way of life, which is your way of life, which is a socially responsible life. If you look at it, yes, the so-called prominent news channels will continue to do what they do, right? How they hammer one news or the other, because that's the way they are, because they are being controlled by generation even elder than mine. Okay, the rigidity is there. You'll find the rigidity. I'm not saying right or wrong, but there's a rigidity. But the new portals which have come in, there are a lot of new news portals which are available on web and which are actually trying to change. You'll find, if there is this hammering of negativity which is there, and like continuous talk about something which is as useless, it's not of my use at all, but it is being fed to me continuously. So one is, there is a change which is happening, the new portals which are coming, youngsters are coming, a lot of young journalists have taken it in their hands to create new things, a lot of startups are coming. And two, it is my social responsibility. You, as a youngster, should tell your parents, switch it off. Let's not watch it. And see, it is by their habit they are watching it. They are used to of watching those channels. Your elders at home are used to, and they don't know how to put a cut to it. They don't know how to let go. You know, put an end to it. Talk to them. Stop watching things which don't make sense to you. It is the power which has been given to you in your hands. Once collectively it comes out that people are not watching it, they'll have to change. So it's in my hands, as a viewer. And please, this is how you lead your life. Start talking to your elders. If they are listening to how to use web, how to use Skype, how to do Google Meet, you're teaching them. At your home, you're teaching your mom, you're teaching your dadi, you're teaching your dada, you're teaching your chachu that how to do this. You can also influence them. Stop watching this crap and give them alternatives. Find the alternatives. This is how you bring in the change. Be the change maker, which you have the ability to do.
Okay, ma'am, that's great. So it's very needed, that necessary, that we need to pick out the things that is really important and that makes some sense. Okay, and so with the next question we can have like how to balance out the things, ma'am, like the modern culture as well as those script and that spiritual culture that we need to take out together and balance those things in our life. So how to balance those things so that we can also get to that Western culture too, along with that spiritual things that we need to have in life.
Question everything. Question. Why do we have to do this Surya Namaskar? Why do we have to do this, what is being told to us? Why do we have to pray to this deity? Why do we have, don't question your parents. Ask yourself why, what little benefit, how it will benefit me. If you don't get it, your best friend is there. Google search it. Try to find out, But learn to question. Don't be fearful. Don't get carried away by the fear being given to you by the our generation, because we lived in a lot of fear, and we should not be passing over our fear to you, passing over the fear of change to you all. So ask, question, And that's why I'm insisting question. I may not have all the answers, but if you will start questioning, you will, at least that question will be formed. You'll be breaking the barrier of not questioning people. We have been told not to question your elders. We've been told not to question what has been set in gold, in pathar. Pathar ki lakeer hai ye. Who has said it's pathar ki lakeer? Nobody. Because there is an explanation for everything. And then choose what you like. Become like Arjun. Krishna could have done everything for him. Don't you think Krishna could have actually given him those five? He was so powerful. And why he had sent him to all those deities to pray. He sent him to Suryadev, he sent him to this Dev, Indradev, and this Dev to pray and gain power. Why? Ask question. Why? What was it? Why the whole prapanch drama was created? For what? Because our life is a drama. And let's unfold. We have, and we have the ability. Let's play the game. I've been a theater person and I played so many games. So in my life also, when something stops me, something becomes, like a kind of a veil. I don't know, oh my God, why it has happened. Oh God, what to do? Technical some error has happened. Nothing is happening. This thing is not moving. I say, why? Let's try to find out. What is it is trying to teach me? What is it that unfolds? And once you start questioning, once you start, looking for answers, if that answer suits, again, another very big power you get is that if it suits you, if you feel that, okay, Arjun also, if it suited him that he got power, this kind of power, the Tej from Surya, this kind of energy, this kind of maybe weapon from Indra, it suited him. He picked it. Right. Similarly, you choose. Okay, this kind of prayer helps me. This kind of modern acceptability, modern viewpoint, or the dress up I do, the clothes I wear, makes me feel good, makes me feel beautiful. I do it. Makeup makes me feel good. Thought process, open thought process, everything should be equal. Women should be given enough opportunities. Women should be able to. Women are actually empowered already. I need to tell you that. It's only that they don't acknowledge it. They have to understand, acknowledge them within themselves that empowerment does not give by giving like this. Empowerment is not that you give somebody like this something and it becomes empowerment. Empowerment is from within, the urge, the need. Only thing is we have to bring that in action. From our inner thing, we have to bring it out into action and act empowered. Women have to act empowered. So this is something which we need to understand. So bringing this balance will be upon you. And which can happen is what suits you. Again, I give you the freedom. Choose. And you people are powerful. You have the ability to choose. Only thing is you get carried away. You get peer pressure. You get your own pressures. And the worst kind of pressure you can have is pressure of winning. Get out of it. Be in the game like a game. It's a game. You win some, you lose some. It's nothing. Feel, enjoy the process of gaming. Enjoy the journey rather than those, oh, what I achieved. Oh, that one last moment of winning. It will happen. If you'll not win, somebody else win, you'll win the next game. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, that's absolutely right. And with we can go with the next question. And it is like many you can see that many small people are like starting up their startups and business kind of things. So, which social media is the best platform for these kind of small startups and business?
First, I would like to say, and I had said it in 2017 also when we were doing this Karambhumi thing, because we had created in the serial only. We had, please go and Google it. You'll love the series. So in the Karambhumi, all the students were becoming entrepreneurs. The leaders within themselves. That they each student, the university was only teaching to create entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship requires a different kind of mindset. Each one of us actually is not born right now. That's what I said. Either you learn the tactics, you understand what is meant by being an entrepreneur. Similarly, the way I said, each one is not born as a leader, but leading something. If you're given the opportunity, you learn, right? Similarly, if you're given the opportunity, and at this moment, universe is giving you the opportunity to become an entrepreneur. If you look at the wave which has started, nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to become an entrepreneur, have their own startup, but it's a big eye wash also because lot of startups are closing down. Lot of youngsters are feeling very mollified. Lot of youngsters are burning out because they didn't have enough uh, I won't say experience. I don't talk much about experience, but I do talk about passion. Passion, perseverance, and patience. You know, these three things for an actor also, for any entrepreneur. Passion. If you don't have passion, passion does not mean arrogance. Passion does not mean that, oh, I am good enough. I'll do it. No. Passion, the burning ability, this whole, you're continuously working on that passion, perseverance, continuity, करते जाना है, and patience, faith. If you have these three things, you're meant to be an entrepreneur. You will become an entrepreneur. You will make your thought manifest. But if you don't have any of these three things, either cultivate them first, take training, or join a job, learn the tactics, understand, create passion. And if you don't have passion, get into a sport. I've seen it. I can give you hints also. If you don't have, really, if you don't have passion, get into a sport, your passion would be ignited. If you don't have patience, join theater. You'll have to wait for a long time for your chance to come. Do a small role and wait for all the rehearsals to happen. Attend all the rehearsals. You learn patience. Your time will come for that small role. But the whole play, 2 hour play, has to be, rehearsed, and you have to be part of it. Patience. And for perseverance, you need to have that inner ability because perseverance will come with faith. So pray. If you don't have perseverance, pray. You will get your, the perseverance. But if you have these three things, you will be able to make your mark as a starter.
Okay, ma'am. So I can have another question like how to attract followers on social media for a particular content or any kind of thing. What kind of content do we need to put in order to gain attention for our viewership on those accounts?
Another thing which you had asked me before that was that which media to go for once if you want to have a good followers, and how to do if your business becomes better. See, it all depends upon which business are you doing. I am not a social media expert per se, but I have seen the power of social media. So you use all the mediums. Suppose you're creating 4 posts, suppose, or 3 posts. You know that as a graphic designer or as a creator, that each post, similar post only, but will have different dimensions. This you must all be knowing. So you create these 4 posts and spread it out through the day in different platforms. Then you start because each one of you will have different following on different platforms. There is Instagram, there's Twitter, there is of course Facebook, and it all depends. If you are young, if you are a young entrepreneur and wanting to attract youngsters in your as your followers, you have to go on Insta, but Insta stories, reels, and all these things. But if you are looking for an older generation, elderly generation for your clients, for your followers, then you have to be on Facebook. Facebook really creates lot of those my age and elder than me who are there, and through your stories. Stories also play a very important role. Be very, and on your status also. WhatsApp also plays a very important role. Another thing which I really realized is that Facebook groups and LinkedIn groups, even if you're not that connected on LinkedIn, like you're not posting too much on LinkedIn, but if you search for LinkedIn groups, you get an international exposure. And do search Facebook groups. For me, I in quarantine, I really researched a lot, and Facebook groups gave me a lot of what should I say? Not on following was not what I was looking for. I wanted to see the message going, and it helped me. So Facebook, if you're connected to, you're looking for my age group or elderly people for your clients. But for young following, you need to be on Instagram. And of course, Twitter is a permanent thing. Whatever you're saying, your post should have a message for each group and for each platform. You'll have similar, message can be there on all platforms.
Yes, ma'am, that's really great. And ma'am, probably this will be the last question. We often have seen that it's quite difficult to convince our relatives and our parents to go in this world of glamour and television and theaters. And the general mentality of people is like to just focus on your studies, career, and take a good job rather than going in these kind of industries. So, what is your view on this?
See, I don't think so. It is that much there now, Nancy. It was a lot prevalent 10 years ago. But yes, in small towns and in fact, yeah, in all the towns also, parents, because of this, what has happened, what has been revealed after Sushant, the parents are really, really fearful. So as a youngster, if you want to join the industry, you have to one be very confident about yourself. You should do your homework. If I just tell you, because this is the time when media industry is really booming. Actors who never had any work have so much work. Technical people who had no work are really booming. We can't get cameras at this moment because there are no cameramen available. Everyone is working like, it's a boom time for industry. And whoever wanted to join, I invite all of you now. This is the time to come, join the industry, whichever stream you are in, because do your homework, take training, because training really helps. Learn the steps, understand how to go about it. Again, your this generation is very planned generation. You people plan beautifully. So plan out your charter your career, and it's actually sky is the limit. If you have the talent, and if again you have the passion, the perseverance, कि मुझे कुछ भी हो जाए छोड़ना नहीं है. I have to be part of it, and patience. But it does not mean you have to sell your soul. See, the compromises and all the darkness which came out, which is the truth. I'm not denying it has been there. But then at this juncture, you don't have to do it. It's in your hand. You can always say no. If you have a professional degree with you, if you've done your studies, if you have understood, about yourself, because education gives you the confidence to be able to speak, to be able to communicate, and learn to communicate. Your communication should be clear. Your language, whichever language, आप हिंदी में बात कर रहे हैं, आप अंग्रेजी में बात कर रहे हैं, आप पंजाबी में बात कर रहे हैं, आप फ्रेंच में बात कर रहे हैं, your communication should be clear and confident. If it is there, nobody can put you down. Nobody. And then once you have created a charter for yourself, how you will get into the industry, make your parents aware. Make them go through it. Take their confidence. Don't run away from home for the industry. घर से भाग के मुंबई जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. अब आपके हर शहर में मीडिया अवेलेबल है. आपके हर every state is going to have a film industry, and at Punjab University industry is doing so well. Mumbai University industry definitely. South industry doing very well. UP industry has started. Uttarakhand industry has started. Everywhere industry is going to develop because there is so much need. So this is the time. Jump in, but prepare yourself. Get right training. Go intuitively. Go with your intuition. You have strong intuition, youngsters. So go with it. Be wise and take your decisions.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This was really, really great. Like in this field of media and all, we need to be very much think wisely and just and the way you guided us all in all these aspects is really, really wonderful. And it is very necessary for all of us to think of all these things. And this was so amazing, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Nancy. And before I leave, I would like to say again few words of thank you to Abhishek Kumar Jha, who's the president of Spade, Rishabh, and Nancy, of course. Thank you. And hopefully, we would be connecting soon. And once again, I would like to say that media is means to communicate. Media should not be your purpose. Don't make media your purpose. Your purpose should be a bigger vision. Make use of media as a medium to reach out to the world. And if you have the making of a leader, be the leader because we need good leaders. But if you're put in a position of, making decisions for others or leading, lead wisely. These are the two things I would like to say. And I look forward to seeing many more youngsters, many more intelligent leaders amongst us in our society. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am, that's amazing. Hello. Yes. So now thank you so much, ma'am, for coming here and guiding us all. And this was really one of the amazing and the most interactive session in which we learned a lot of new things that is very necessary for all to learn and just gather all those experiences and knowledge that is very amazing. So now, thank you, ma'am, for joining us, and it was very amazing. So now, people, we are back, and we are now going to call one of our proud Spadian who has just working so much like hard work and determination that was so amazing, and I really appreciate her hard work. So, Lohita, over to you. Please share your experience of Spade.
Thank you so much, Nancy, for introducing me. Hello, everyone. I'm Lohita, and I'm here to share my experience of Spade. It's been few months that I'm working with Spade. Spade gave me many opportunities, not only me, everyone who work with Spade, to prove themselves, to learn, to excel in their lives. There is a line that I've read about leadership. Leadership is not a position or a title. It is an action and an example. Spade taught me these actions and examples that are important in every aspect of our life. It gave me the exposure that I wanted, like tapping the speakers, how to work in a corporate world, and which will help me and everyone in the future ahead. If anyone want to learn web development or video editing or digital marketing or graphic designing or even event management, sales or sponsorships, you just come to Spade and Spade will teach and learn. You can learn many things from Spade. Spade mainly focuses on three things. Dig out the hidden talent. I didn't knew when I have the talent of organizing an event. I'm proud that I am a part of Spade and I'm helping for organizing an event. Second thing that Spade focuses on is produce more leaders. I am an assistant head of an event named Sarthi. Third thing that Spade focuses on Atmanirbhar Mahila. If I take an example of it, you can see in front of you the three women that came in the front end part handling the event. Ma'am or Nancy, they came up and they organized this event and handling this event. This is a great example of an Atmanirbhar Mahila, an independent woman. Spade doesn't just say things or write things. They prove their points by actions. Last but not the least, I want to thank you, Spade team, not a particular person, because we all we all are called a spade of family. To form a family, every single member involvement is needed. So thank you for making the event so much successful and giving everyone the opportunity to learn and prove their talents. And I can proudly say that I am a proud Spadian. Over to you, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Lohita. And yes, definitely we all are hashtag proud Spadian. And it's no doubt like the number of opportunities we have been consistently getting from Spade is really marvelous. And I do want to like say like Spade is working tremendously wonderful. And I too like expect that Spade grows in this particular manner only and grows worldwide too. And yes, with this, like I want to say that we are also working on various projects. And guys, stay tuned and subscribe the official channel of Spade EMS. We are going to have a lot many beautiful and amazing sessions on various topics. On 8th June, we are 8th April, I'm sorry, 8th March, we are going to have a big mega event in which we will be having a lot of many things. Guys, do watch the session and it will be really, really amazing. And I believe that you all have just loved the session. And before ending the session, I would like to just have a small task for you all. Like, you will have to give a small feedback of the session, not like writing paragraphs. It should be just of one word. And you will be having only 10 seconds to do that. And you have to write like whatever you felt about this session. Like, was it interesting, interactive, amazing, marvelous? Whatsoever you want to write, you can write. And guys, you only have 10 seconds. So here your time goes on. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Guys, we are done. And that's really amazing. I can see a lot of comments flooding down, and that's really amazing, people. Okay, guys, stay tuned for more upcoming events, and we are going to have a lot many events. That's amazing, people. And so, with this, we come to the end of the session. And thank you all for coming and attending this session and taking out some time from your spectacular schedule. And that's really great that you all came here. So, thank you, all of you. So, this is Nancy officially signing off. Thank you.